Hi, Jeff Shore, author of Be Bold and Win the Sale, and welcome to part 5 of our series, Closing with Your Conscience. And today we're going to talk about rule number 5. And rule number 5 is a little bit heavy, but the rule says this: you have a moral obligation to persuade people to do the right thing. You have a moral obligation to persuade people to do the right thing. Now, I know that sounds heavy, so stay with me on this, but I want to give you a little bit of a scenario here. Let's suppose that you've got a medical issue, a serious medical issue, and you're sitting down with a specialist. And your specialist looks at you and says, look, you've got 3 options in how you want to treat this problem. And it's a serious problem, so you've got to do something. You're going to die if you don't get this right, okay? And you've got 3 options right now. Option 1 is this treatment. Option 2 is this therapy over here. And option 3 is this surgery. Okay, those are your 3 options. Now look, I want to tell you right now, this is a big decision, and I can't make it for you. You now have all the information you need to make an intelligent decision, but I don't want to persuade you and lead you in the wrong direction. You have to make this call. What's it going to be? No, I don't know about you, but that's not the doctor that I would want. I would want a doctor who's bold enough and confident enough, and most importantly, who knows me well enough to look at it and say, look, there are 3 options right here, but I'm going to tell you right now, the option that is best for you is option number 2. And let me tell you why. I believe that doctor has a moral obligation to persuade me to do what is in my best interest. And I think it's absolutely true in sales as well. You have a moral obligation to persuade your customer to do the right thing. Look, we've all been in situations where we have customers who know that our product is right, but we have a competitor who has some sort of twist. Maybe it's a pricing advantage or what they see as a pricing advantage. Maybe it's an extra feature that you don't have. But you know that on the whole, you have the better value presentation. You have a moral obligation to persuade that customer to do the right thing. Even if I have to look at that customer and say, look, you're thinking about buying from my competitor because they're offering you a little bit of an extra incentive over here. But you know deep down that I have the right product. So you know what's going to happen if you buy that? You know what's going to happen? Every single day you're going to know that you got the better deal on the wrong product. Now look, am I being pushy? No, I don't know, but I'm being assertive. I can tell you this, I am persuading my customer to do what's the right thing for them. And that's really what it comes down to. If I know deep in my heart that they would be making a mistake by buying the product from my competitor, then I have a moral obligation to persuade them to do the right thing. This is not about you. This goes back to rule number 1 in our series. Closing is something that I do for my customer and not to my customer. And because of that, I have a moral obligation to persuade them to do the right thing. Look, you're not doing your customer any favors by backing off and letting them make a mistake. In fact, you're only doing them harm. You have a moral obligation to persuade them to do the right thing. Because when you do that, you change their world.